and I make humbly to greet everyone because it's been a while I regularly held a broadcast like this. But it behooves that momentarily like this, when matters of public interest or discourse surfaces again, even though I decided I would let some things be for a while, it's also important that momentarily we step out to continue to guide media projects and possibly also to set media agenda going forward. The reported attacks on men of the ESN and as well residents of Sunday Igboho, both agitators for Biafra and Ududua Republic independence or national independence, are things that are not surprising. First, because we had predicted it before now, and in predicting we had also taken cognizance of antecedents before now. It's not the first time attempts have been made by persons who are concerned about independence of their tribesmen or independence or self-determination of their kinsmen. However, the lessons we may have not really taken or learned appropriately is that such attempts are two ways. It is either you are so strategic enough to have removed the government representing the interests of the Nigeria PLC before you can determine a referendum, by first installing a government that is liberal and respects human rights, or you're ready for war. Nobody representing the interests of the Nigeria PLC that I know from my own little experience studying over history will want to preside over disintegration of the country he or she presides, as far as they are representing the interests of the Nigeria PLC. The interests of the Nigeria PLC in overall protects private interests of few and does not want to recognize protection of the rights or interests of the masses. So for as long as you still have the APC and PDP merchants spearheading the rulership of the country called Nigeria, do not expect that anything different would happen. Do not. Otherwise, well, something is wrong with the way you approach matters. That said, we also have those who are being used as distractions, who will in one way say, oh, recognize the right of the masses, this is not good. They'll say, no, don't. It's just like when they see a victim being tied up, they see that you've been tied to an iroko tree or massive tree and being tortured, and somebody comes and say, you have tied it too much now. No, lose it a bit, lose it. Don't lose it completely. Don't give him too much freedom. Don't let him go. Don't let him be free. No, at least lose it a bit. Lose it a bit. Those are the people you think are fighting for you. They are also there. Now, if we are to explore either of these two, like, do we remove all these people who will not respect what you're asking for a referendum and put in place at least something that will allow that to happen, so that all of us can avert a war? And by way of referendum, we have our peace and dissolve peacefully without war. Or if we must force it, then we must be ready for war. Are you ready for war? If your answer is yes, then. But if your answer is no, then what do you think? Then I come to the attack on Sunday Igboho and I tell you straight that it is an attempt to distract. They wanted to check whether truly all the claims of, oh, if we attack him, so they led with few. That report, according to, so they must have, what I saw there was that they led with few to check on him. It's just a check, like pilot. They did a pilot on him. Now they might have to go back and say, okay, it's not something we can approach like that. Or maybe they are not even making such full attempt because they just want to distract him. Maybe, usually, let me tell you this, usually they make this arrangement, which is when they see that you have a program coming up soon, a major step, maybe Sunday Igboho is about to take a major step, maybe a program that will lead to a referendum is coming up, and they want to distract him or destabilize him ahead of that time. Such thing could happen. So it's to destabilize him, and I can tell you that all these attempts are games at 2023. Now this is where I am interested. And I want to say, if I'm using a peradventure statement now, if with all this ESN IPOB, come Igbohoism or Oduduwa agitation, Yoruba Nation Now agitation, if with all of this there is still election in the Southwest, note what I'm saying. If with all of this there's still election in the Southwest in 2023, and there's still election in the East in 2023, it means all of you are a bunch of distractions. Because this is an opportunity for us to have a political alternative, to organize a political alternative and kick out all these people who mean no well for all of us by way of coming together, uniting against them. But if you distract us from organizing an alternative political front that is mass-based, and at the end of the day, you still allow that there is still election in 2023 in the Southeast, Southwest, and in the Southwest and in the East and South, apart from the North, which we already know there will be election, then that time all my predictions would have come to pass, that you guys are being used for distraction. But if you do not do that, if there is boycott of election in 2023, both in the East and in the Southwest, then I will agree that what all of us are discussing or talking about is true and real. That said, no, I'm not saying election can remove them, but I'm saying coming together against all of them can force them out of power and can disgrace them and can even force INEC to be reconstituted. Because if all of us speak against the INEC in one voice and ask that they remove all those people, see the way Pantami was, peeing in his pants when all voices came together and said this man is a terrorist. He was jumping from pillar to pole. If we put all efforts together and we focus on 1 point per month, this month it is to remove this chairman of INEC, and we achieve it. The next month all voices came together, matches and efforts, activities and all that to remove another one, in fact remove even Buhari, we will have what we want. But for as long as we are only distracting ourselves and dividing the effort and attention, well, I agree with the effort. But if with all these distractions we still have elections, because the efforts are claiming that we should not have elections again, and I agree, because I also don't believe in INEC. But if with all of this there's still election in the southwest, then these so-called agitators, if they do not boycott the elections, then they are part of the arrangement to distract us from forming another alternative political alliance, so that there will still be smooth sail for the PDP and APC. That's my conclusion. Now, that said, I also love what Nnamdi Kanu is doing in the East. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as you like us to call him. We must put the Mazi. Okay, I put it. If with all of this, there's still election in the East, in the East in 2023, then what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has organized is just another vigilante group without political targets. Because even to break a country is a serious political movement. It's a serious political movement. To break a country is political. Yeah, I tell you. So to say, oh, we just want to, if you want it to be a purely security outfit, I understand you are forming vigilante. But if you don't boycott election in 2023 and they still go ahead and appoint governor or elect or appoint, whichever one, but at least there must be collaboration of local potentates before election can have, acceptability. If there is still election in the East in 2023, ESN is just another vigilante group. I tell you. And there's nothing wrong with it. But stop giving impression that you are against Nigeria's politics when you can't boycott election that will bring in yet another governor. And the government secretariat will still remain. Their functions continue. And they are still receiving allowances. You are not stopping that. And you are pretending to not be part of the country, even though your people are still electing the governors and also senators, House of Rep members, local government chairmen and all that. And you're doing nothing about that. Then I do not agree that you're there as a political movement. You are just another vigilante group. The same thing for the Ududua agitators. I agree if you call it a vigilante outfit to protect people against the raging insecurity in the country, I agree. But if you target a political movement and you're not boycotting 2023, then you have succeeded in helping APC and PDP to distract all of us from organizing another political frontier to kick these people out. And I wait till that time. For now, I rest this topic. But all the predictions I have made, nearly all of them have come to pass. If you have been following me for long, before I decided to rest it and observe the trend. My name is Segun Olo, and I intend to keep the broadcast this short for now. Tomorrow, I'll come and address the Baba Ijesha story, the Baba Ijesha case, because he called me before his arrest. He told me a few things. I didn't see this coming on this part, but I'll tell you things he told me before he was arrested. That Nollywood actor was arrested for allegedly raping a minor. I'll talk about that tomorrow. And I thank you for your attention. I'll see you again soon, possibly tomorrow. Bye for now.